people who are banking on thinking the real estate market's going to be the same in the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12 months. And there's some amazing real estate coaches out there who are putting out stats that show all these fundamental things, why the market's so amazing. And so real estate agents can go out there and talk to their markets about why it's so amazing. Guys, the market is amazing. There are some fundamental things that are going to keep it strong in many markets for sure. But I think if you're not getting really proactive with your marketing, if you're sitting back and saying, man, I don't need to market because the market's so amazing for me right now, then I think you're gonna find a spot, whether it's 2021 or whether it's 2022, you're gonna find a spot where you're like, oh damn, my business got cut in half. My business got cut in 75% because the market shifted on me, interest rates went up or whatever happened. And then you didn't do the marketing, you didn't create the evergreen marketing, you didn't start to put out content, you didn't do those things that thought strategically around marketing. They got ahead of the market, they got ahead of your customers or got ahead of your competition. So you were the logical choice, not just today, but in 12 months. What's up, y'all? Sitting in my truck right now, getting ready to head into the office, and it's a cold morning this morning. This time of year, I love it and I hate it. I really love the crisp mornings here in Oregon in the fall. If you're listening to this in the summer, then disregard this, but in the fall, crisp mornings, I love it. But also don't love the gray clouds for weeks on end sometimes. But I do see a glimmer of hope. I see some blue sky cracking through. But before I head into the office, I want to kind of get something out of my brain that's on my brain right now as an entrepreneur, and it's going to be really, really relevant to you as an agent or an investor as well in your business, okay? And so I'm in a phase right now at Carrot where we're looking for a new head of marketing. We're transitioning to that next phase, where we want a leader in place who's amazing at marketing, at direct response marketing, at inbound marketing, creating great content and helping us be the leader in content again in our blog and other spots. And I'm crazy pumped about stepping back into something that gives me a lot of energy, which is really content strategy and marketing strategy and creating content. Because as this company's grown, and this will happen with you as well, going through the different phases of your company, if you're wanting to grow your company. If you're a real estate agent and you have your first 1, 2, 3 team members, you probably experienced a big pinch in your own bandwidth, when it was just you and you're starting to make some really, really good money, really good income. And you're going, oh my gosh, I am working 7 days a week. I don't know how I'm going to have time for any real life. And then the first thing you need to do, and what I suggested to the FAR group a long time ago, earlier this year, is I said, guys, you guys got to get an assistant and you guys got to get some buyer agents, or at least a buyer agent. And they got both. They got an assistant and they got some buyer agents. And so now they're kind of going through that pinch point where once you get those people, you create processes for them, you train them, okay? And in the way that I train people. And so if you want to write this down, if you want to figure out the best way to delegate things, I'll tell you the worst thing first, and then I'll tell you the best thing. And then I'm going to transition over to why I'm so excited about marketing again and how I want to get you excited about marketing as well, because you've probably been lazy with your marketing, and I'm going to tell you how to get unlazy with your marketing in this podcast. So the first thing is, if you're wanting to delegate and you want to get back to doing amazing marketing, if you're in a pinch spot where you've just been working so hard on busy work, on task work, and you're like, man, my business isn't growing as much as it could or should because I'm just so busy in other stuff, I don't have time to think of really innovative marketing stuff. You need to, once again, write down, do the energy audit. So go to carrot.com/energy. Do the energy audit, do it every single quarter, and write down what gives you energy, what takes away energy, and then go through the full audit that I talk about. And it has you set your ratios, what percentage of your average week are you spending in these things. It has you circle your top 1 or 2 energy drains, write down how many hours you spend on those items per week. And then immediately that's what we're going to do with what I'm going to talk about now is once you've done the audit at carrot.com/energy, then you can have a list of things where like, all right, these are the first things I'm going to get rid of right now. This next month, when you set your top 5 commitments for the month and you write them down on paper and say, hey, these are the 5 most important things that drive forward this month. 1 or 2 of those should be you creating processes. It shouldn't be you just doing a bunch of busy work, okay? And so the first process you want to create are those things that come from the energy audit, those 1 or 2 things that drain your energy the most, that are taking up somewhere between 3 and 7 hours a week or more. And you need to get off of your lap into someone else's lap, so then you can add something that gives you energy. And for me, I took that audit a few weeks ago. Again, not a few weeks ago, about a month ago, as this quarter started. And essentially the things that give me energy, I love marketing strategy. I love doing content like this. I really, really do enjoy coaching people. But the thing where I struggle with coaching people in the past, and I'm getting better at it, is I struggle with having to come with a bunch of things prepped. And so that would be a little bit stressful for me, when I would show up unprepped or show up where I didn't have any prep time at all to a coaching session with one of my leaders. And so I said, okay, cool, I've got to solve that. I've just got to have more prep time. I've got to have more buffer time in my schedule. And so things that ended up in my energy audit on the energy drains list were too many meetings that I didn't need to be on. That was number one. Okay, so number two was all this operations stuff. Is the stuff to actually run the businesses, personnel issues that are beyond just the leaders. Me directly dealing with those. I need to coach the leaders into dealing with those. There's process issues on teams where teams need to create process, and sometimes I was actually diving in and doing some of that stuff where I shouldn't be anymore. That's where the leaders need to be leading that, and I need to coach them and give them the right resources for that stuff. Some of the other things that drain my energy that were on that list is just having a crammed calendar. Just when I look at the calendar on a given week, if I didn't have buffer time between my meetings, that would drain my energy. Even if it was stuff that gave me energy, right? Like even if it was on my content day, like today, like Thursday, even if I had a bunch of podcasts that give me energy, if there was no buffer between those podcasts, there was like a little bit of an energy drain because I wasn't able to really fully absorb and prep for those and do my best. And so the first thing I did is I circled those items, the too many meetings. I circled my calendar when it's not planned well with enough prep time. And then the things I wanted to add back in were marketing strategy and better coaching my leaders. Okay, so with the too many meetings, we added some stuff up, and it was taken up somewhere around 5 to 15 hours a week of too many meetings or things I just do not need to be involved with during this season. And one thing that I've realized that this happens whether you're a one-person shop or a 40-person team like we are at Carrot, is oftentimes you'll have all these different priorities that are lingering out there, right? You have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things that you think are important, and you're trying to cram all of them into your calendar so you can do them all in a given week. And you kind of end up giving each one of them a little bit of a half-ass effort, right? So you don't really drive anything forward in a big way. And then it ends up stressful because you're doing a lot of stuff, but you don't feel like you're really moving things forward in a big way. And you feel like you're always behind. You feel like you can never get out from underneath your task list, and it's no fun. Right. And so the biggest thing that I'm challenging myself on this quarter going into this next year is saying no more. But it doesn't have to be a no forever. It can just be a no, not right now. Right. It can be this thing is important for sure. But me getting the marketing team built back up is definitely more important right now during these 3 months than me working with the products team to do better split testing and conversion testing, okay? And that's something, so immediately I look through the calendar, I go, man, conversion testing is very important, but can I give that team a quick 20-minute training, make sure that they're moving forward on creating the better processes and refining stuff. We align around what we're doing over the next 3 to 4 months, and then I say, cool, now I'm not going to be on these split testing meetings every week anymore until January. Then we're going to reevaluate it. That's going to save me 4 hours a month right there, 1 hour a week. Okay, and it's going to save me the switching cost time. And so I went ahead and did that with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different types of meetings, and then we put out a better process for our teams on giving our leaders permission and our employees permission to say no to meetings. Right? It's like that's something. If you have a team, whether it's 2 people or 12 people, meetings are amazing. They're required, but oftentimes meetings can be just a complete waste of time. Where someone invites you to a meeting and you're like, well, they invited me to a meeting, they must need me there, without questioning it. You need to question it. You need to say, am I needed to be on this meeting? Does this meeting need to exist at all? Can we do it over Voxer, over the Voxer app and do it asynchronously? So I do that a lot with my team now. Saves me a ton of time during meetings, without having to do meetings. Or can we align on this around like a Google document, and they type up what they're wanting to talk about and they type up their proposal, and I can go in there whenever I want to and just add comments to it and we can resolve it there? Do we have to do this in an hour meeting or 30-minute meeting? Can we just avoid that altogether? Or rather than bringing in a person on that team into the meeting just because they're on that team, what if I were to say, hey, you know what? We don't really need you on the meeting for the hour. Let's give you back that hour in your life. But what I could use is a quick 10-minute touch base with you to get your feedback on this, and I'll take your feedback into that meeting. Okay, so we ended up doing that and saving me, somewhere between 5 and 15 hours a month right now. And it's definitely saved me a lot of time during the week. And so that is exactly what you need to do there, y'all, to start to gain back some more of that time so you can put it towards more innovative marketing as you head into the start of the year. If you love marketing, if you love marketing strategy, you need to be spending way more time in marketing than you currently are, okay? And here's where I want to really get to with this episode is leading into this last quarter with me taking the marketing team back over and looking for a new marketing leader. I've got 40 applications for amazing marketing leaders I'm going to be going through today, see if there's a fit for Carrot. If you know a fit, guys and gals, or if you are a fit to lead our marketing team here at Carrot into the next iteration of Carrot and us leading the industry on evergreen marketing, on inbound marketing, go to carrot.com/careers, carrot.com/careers. But anyway, guys, so as I'm pulling back and I'm getting into marketing mode more, I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot how excited I am about marketing. I forgot how much deeper we need to really be thinking about our marketing. I think our marketing's been half-assed the last year or two. I think we're not thinking very strategically. I think we're not thinking at a high level. And because of evergreen marketing, the marketing that we've been doing for years and years and years and years, because it's working and because the brand that we've built and because the content that's been out there and that we are continuing to build, and because of our good retargeting campaigns, and because of a ton of successful customers who are sharing Carrot with people, and because of a ton of successful people in the Google rankings that people see their websites or Carrot websites, because of that, we're still generating a good amount of customers, but we're a little bit below our targets this last month or two. We were way over our targets in the spring, and now here's why it's so important that you as the founder hyper-focus on getting more creative with your marketing now more than ever as you're heading into the new year, okay? When COVID originally hit, you guys heard me talking about it in the episodes during COVID. We will link up those episodes in the show notes here, so you can check those ones out on how I massively shifted my cadence as CEO of a bigger company, but you should be doing the same thing if you're a one-person shop, but massively adjusting my cadence as CEO to get ahead of any market changes. As soon as we saw COVID hit, we said, so many of our competitors are going to pull back and stop marketing because they're fearful or they're going to see their ad costs go up or whatever. And I said, we're actually going to double down on marketing, and we're going to do more marketing this next 2 to 3 months than we ever have. We're going to put out more content than we ever have. We're going to ramp up our ad budgets more than we ever have, and we did. And we had our best 3 or 4 months ever in the history of the business from April, May, June, July. All those months were just the best ever, okay? And during those months, what did I do? I pulled back and I said, okay, what is important, what's not important? Let me cut the clutter, let the company cut the clutter of what's not important. These meetings are gone. These projects are going to be stopped now. They're going to be put on a yellow light. They're going to be paused. But I'm going to get on more podcasts than ever. I'm going to put out more content on social media than I ever have. I'm going to get on 2 to 3 podcasts a week. I'm going to be really lighting up my industry on how they can adjust their stuff and content from the heart in a big way, so you guys can move through COVID and crush it. I'm going to do all that stuff, and the result ended up being an amazing result. Now, here's where I see real estate agents, especially, but investors too. Here's where I see a lot of real estate agents, y'all. You guys are setting yourselves up for failure massively. The market's hot right now. Okay, the real estate market is insanely hot. And I think a lot of real estate agents are getting complacent and being lullabied to sleep because the market's so hot. Because everybody and their dog wants to sell their home or buy a home because interest rates are really, really low. Because prices are crazy. Because there's 3, 4, 5 above asking price offers with every house right now. Okay, because there's a lot of different factors why people are wanting to buy homes right now. Some of them don't make sense. Okay, if you look at the auto industry. The auto industry, y'all, has been growing and sold more cars than they ever have, okay, y'all, in the past 3 to 4 months. More cars than they ever have. Why? Why does that make sense? Okay, if you try to go to a car lot right now in an average city, you cannot find a vehicle that you're looking for in general. We've been trying to look for a Yukon XL, Yukon Denali, and those things are flying off the shelves faster than we can even get to try to buy one. And so we're going to go up to Portland on Saturday to test drive one, but it's been insane. We've lost cars where we literally called the car company. It came up on the thing that week. We called them. We were going to go in there the next day, and it sold before we could get there. Why are cars flying off the shelves? It's not a fundamental economic driver where everyone is so prosperous right now that they are just buying more and more cars, right? That's not the case. There is a bunch of stimulus cash that's in the market from the COVID stimulus, okay? There are some industries doing better than ever, and they are flush with cash and they're spending money, but there's also industries doing worse than ever, okay? Restaurants, a lot of the mom and pop local retail in stores, a lot of places like that, events, live events, anything related around live events are completely struggling right now. So you've got this massive divide. People who are doing great with cash, the majority who are not doing better, and the stimulus cash is running out, the unemployment cash is running out. And what we're going to start to see, y'all, is I feel that people who are banking on thinking the real estate market's going to be the same in the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12 months. And there's some amazing real estate coaches out there who are putting out stats that show all these fundamental things, why the market's so amazing. And so real estate agents can go out there and talk to their markets about why it's so amazing. Guys, the market is amazing. There are some fundamental things that are going to keep it strong in many markets for sure. But I think if you're not getting really proactive with your marketing, if you're sitting back and saying, man, I don't need to market because the market's so amazing for me right now, then I think you're gonna find a spot, whether it's 2021 or whether it's 2022, you're gonna find a spot where you're like, oh damn, my business got cut in half. My business got cut in 75% because the market shifted on me, interest rates went up or whatever happened. And then you didn't do the marketing, you didn't create the evergreen marketing, you didn't start to put out content, you didn't do those things that thought strategically around marketing. They got ahead of the market, they got ahead of your customers or got ahead of your competition. So you were the logical choice, not just today, but in 12 months. And so what am I doing right now? Yes, Carrot is doing good. Yes, we have a bunch of clients coming in. Yes, with real estate agents doing well, they're also coming in at really, really good clips, right? Yes. But I'm nervous about 2021 and 2022 because I know this will not last as it currently is right now. So I'm pulling back and getting rid of the clutter in my schedule. I'm pulling back and going, how can I think more strategically and add way more value to the real estate agent, real estate investor market than I ever have personally? How do I position my own schedule so I'm not getting pulled down in busy work? So I'm putting out content that gets you guys ahead, that I'm putting out content and tools, and we're building software that gets you guys ahead, that helps you save time more than we ever have. Okay, and so you guys are going to start to see a bunch of amazing content coming out. I'm going to get back into the blog myself. I'm going to get back into the webinar game myself. I'm going to get back into doing a lot more guest podcasts myself. We're going to be putting out some innovative things on how agents and investors can do hybrid better. That's coming out very shortly. We have the hybrid website template finally for an agent investor, investor agent hybrid coming out before the end of the year is the aim. Okay, we have a new real estate agent website design coming out sometime very, very soon. I had a chance to look at it last week, which I'm insanely pumped about. We have some amazing features coming out. An update to video posts is coming out that's going to make video posts simpler. We're building out our engineering team even more. We're going to build out the marketing team more, the content team, y'all. We're doubling down right now. We're not getting complacent now moving forward because I feel we got pretty complacent in the last 2 to 3 months because business was great. We got lazy in marketing. I got lazy in marketing, so I let myself suck into all the other minutia and problems in the company or the opportunities in the company. And I'm pulling back and I'm going, all right, game on, y'all, game on. Let's market. Let's be amazing marketers together. I'm going to lead the way. I want you guys to see what I'm doing, emulate what I'm doing in your own businesses, whether you're one person or 40 people in your company. I want to see you double down on marketing. I want to see you find ways to do the energy audit right now this week and take your top 2 or 3 things that are draining the most energy and taking the most time during your week and create processes and get them off your lap immediately so you can then put that time into marketing. Okay, I want to see you guys blow up during this time while the real estate market is insanely hot. Capture as much as you can, but get yourself ready for when it's not, because that is coming sometime soon. It can't go on forever. There are fundamental things that are not healthy about the market that are making it hot right now, and there are fundamental things that are healthy about the market. They're going to keep some markets going strong. And I don't know what market you're in, But I do know you've got to be a better marketer now more than ever as we lead into whatever market changes are going to happen. All right. So keep an eye on the podcast. We're going to put out some great stuff around hybrid. We're going to put out some great stuff around how to use our landing pages better at Carrot. We're going to put out some great stuff around how to do evergreen marketing content way better for you and your market and help you guys crush it. Get diligent in your marketing. Get sharp in your marketing. Don't get lazy in your marketing as the founder. Guys, buy back more time. Get more strategic on your marketing. We're going to help give you the resources to do that. Have an amazing rest of the day. Have an amazing rest of the week. Get fired up about marketing, y'all. Go read the marketing books. We'll start to post up some episodes of the podcast, maybe around my favorite marketing books as well. But y'all, I'm so pumped to be able to serve you. I'm so excited to be able to serve you. I'm so excited about being excited about marketing again because the last year or two, marketing has been barely on my mind. It's been leadership and growing my team. And now I'm like, all right, I'm gonna focus on coaching my leaders. I'm gonna focus on doing amazing marketing and leading the industry with y'all. Have an amazing rest of the week. We'll talk soon. Love you guys.